Imagine this. The sun dips low over Rome's stone hearth, the Colosseum. The sands are soaked in blood, the air thick with iron and sweat. 50,000 voices roar. Victory or death? I am Lucius, once a gladiator in this arena. I lost friends here, but like the survivors, I witnessed Rome's darkest secret. The empire didn't dispense justice, it dealt in vengeance. Criminals, slaves, rebels, they all became stories, but the endings were always the same. Agony. Today, I'll reveal 5 of Rome's most savage execution methods, from crucifixion to molten gold. These weren't just deaths. They were messages. Defy the emperor at your peril. Ready? The gates are opening. First, crucifixion, the empire's signature. Remember Spartacus's revolt? In 71 BC, 6,000 slaves were nailed to crosses along the Via Appia. But my tale is more personal. My friend Gaius was a thief, stole bread. That's all. At dawn, they dragged him from the forum, his back striped with whip marks. Hands and feet were nailed to a splintered beam, spikes driven through bone. When the cross was hoisted upright, his weight crushed his chest, each breath a battle. Why so slow? Because Rome prolonged the pain to spread fear. Hours, sometimes days, of thirst, blood loss, suffocation. Gaius lasted 3 days, his eyes pecked by crows as he prayed. Historians say tens of thousands of Christians died this way, including Jesus. Crucifixion didn't just break the body, it shattered the soul. The empire whispered, "See the price of rebellion." But we gladiators knew, next time the swords would speak. Second, Damnatio at Bestias, the beast's feast, Rome's most terrifying spectacle. Damnatio at Bestias, condemnation to the beasts. In the Colosseum, lions, tigers, even elephants waited. I saw it with my own eyes. A group of Christians under Nero, AD 64, blamed for the Great Fire? No, for their faith. Stripped and chained to posts, the gates flew open. Lions lunged like starved wolves. Teeth tore flesh, claws raked bone. The crowd cheered, bread and circuses, blood and spectacle. This method dated back to the 2nd century BC, once used for barbarians like Carthaginians. In Rome, it branded the condemned as less than human. 9,000 animals were killed in one day, alongside prisoners. Survivors? Rare. One woman escaped a lion's paw, only to be stoned by the crowd. This wasn't just death. It was theater. And the star performer? Imperial power, gleaming in the beast's jaws. Third, decapitation, the swift severing, the illusion of mercy. In Rome, it was ritual. When a senator betrayed the empire, he was dragged to the arena. The executioner waited with sword or axe. I witnessed one, a general under Trajan, charged with collusion, forced to his knees, neck arched. One clean stroke, the head rolled, blood sprayed. The crowd bellowed, "Ave Caesar!" Why the arena? For humiliation. Even nobles bled before the masses. Thousands died this way. Julius Caesar's assassins? Most met the same fate, but botched jobs happened. A second swing, bone cracked, pain lingered. Seconds of torment turned into eternal shame. Heads were spiked on poles and paraded through the streets. This was Roman justice. Sharp, merciless, unforgettable. Fourth, burning alive. Flames of divine wrath. Punishment by fire. Asterisk Nero's Christian purges peaked in AD 64. Accused of arson, hundreds were tied to stakes in his gardens, surrounded by brush. Torches lit, flames rose. Flesh blistered, blackened. Smoke choked the air. Screams pierced the night. One priestess, like my companion, prayed as the fire consumed her. Even sacred Vestal virgins weren't spared. If they broke their vows, They were buried alive, then burned. In the arena, it was done en masse. Why fire? For purification, they claimed. But we knew better. It sowed terror. When the blaze died, nothing remained but ash and silence. Finally, the most sadistic, molten gold, the emperor's liquid curse, reserved for traitors and greedy officials. In 88 BC, Manius Aquilius was captured by Mithridates of Pontus. Mocked as a money grubber, his jaws were pried open, and molten gold poured in. It seared his throat, filled his lungs, burst his organs. Blood vaporized. Death came slowly. Why gold? A twisted irony. Greed turned fatal. Even Emperor Valerian, legend says, was stuffed with molten metal by the Persians, salt and gold. These weren't public spectacles. These were whispers in palaces, but their echoes haunted Rome. My tale ends here. But Rome's savagery? It lingers. Did these methods protect the empire or doom it? Crucifixion spread Christianity. The beasts thrilled the crowds. The fire consumed innocence. The message was clear. Power is written in blood. Subscribe to Grim Histories for more dark secrets. Like and comment which execution was the worst. Next up, Caligula's madness, the gates close, but the fear stays. See you soon. Stay alive.